Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are jumping straight back in with another eventing vlog with Zazzy, who is behind me here in her slightly trashed fly mask. Today we are heading off to BARBURY, so really nice venue today as part of the Cotswold Cup. It's my first Cotswold Cup with Zaz since last season, because the first event we did was horse events, so it's exciting to get back to a Cotswold Cup with her because they're such nice events and BARBURY is such a nice venue. So very excited to be heading off to BARBURY today for the 100 class. It's got very, very late times again. Dressage is at 10 to 4, so it's a very chilled start to the day. So we've packed all the lorry and tack cleaned obviously, so now I'm just going to bring her in, get her plaited. I bathed her last night, so touch wood, because she's had her fly rug on, she'll be nice and clean, and yes, get you all ready to go. I think that's all to kind of update you on at the moment. She keeps swapping sides, so I will bring you along with us for the day. Arrived at beautiful BARBURY. We have walked the cross-country course, which you will have just seen, and I have got myself changed, obviously, and PZAZZ is starting to get ready for dressage. So just getting all her tack on now, and then we'll be good to go. So have a look at Zazzy out here. Okay, so here we are heading around the arena, about to go in for our test. We didn't get any warm-up footage, but I didn't feel that prepared going into this test because she just didn't warm up very well. She never really woke up, came off my leg. She was being rather stubborn and wooden in the mouth to soften. So yes, it wasn't our best warm-up, but here we go. They just rung the bell, and I think here she looks okay, but I will talk you through it with my marks and you can see how it unfolds. So coming down the centre line, we did get a 7, straight but lethargic. So we are setting the tone for the rest of the test, and it didn't help that the surface that's heading downhill there towards the judge. So I'll give you a sneak preview. That was our best mark of the test. It is all downhill from here. We basically get 6s, a couple of 6.5s and a couple of 5.5s, but mainly 6s for the whole thing. So this trot circle, 15 metres, 6, more activity, which is totally fair. I was trying to do the best I could at hiding how much effort I'm having to put into keeping her going, but it's really difficult, especially this test. You have to do that trot, walk, trot transition really early on. And because it's on the centre line, Zazzy obviously thinks that she can halt, and that's the end of the test. So now we're moving on to the trot circle right 15 metres, so mirroring what we just did the other way, which we got a 6, losing impulsion. It's all much of a muchness. And then we walk really early, which again I don't like because it just makes her switch off, and you can see she's just really not cooperating very well, and obviously your walks are doubled. So I was just trying to ride it really accurately, and I thought she did quicken in her free walk here, like lengthen her stride, but she just didn't really stretch down, which the judges said more swing and over track, but obedient. So at least we were obedient. And all of this obviously is 6s. Now we're back into medium walk. And then the trot was between B and F, and then you'd canter here, F and A. And obviously she canters, but it's just very painful to watch. It looks like she needs a good old kick, which, trust me, I'm trying my best. And then here we're cantering downhill, so obviously she is trying to back herself up, which she does out hacking all the time. If you go downhill, she really likes to steady herself up, and that is obviously amplified when she's doing dressage and is lazy already. Now we're doing a 20-metre circle, and you can just see the ground is just not, she's not really 100% happy on this ground. It's not her forte, but I didn't think her overall frame looked too bad in that canter circle. Obviously we got 6, it's basically all we get. And now we're doing the other half loops. You can just see she's not softening against my hand at all. When I'm trying to change the bend and change the flexion, she's just really wooden and not really in a very nice outline at all, but never mind. We got obviously 6s for that, and then what are we doing now? Oh yes, we're cantering again. And again, yes, it's very lazy, but I didn't think her frame as such with her neck was as bad as it could have been. It's not, she doesn't look super long here in her neck, but obviously we just need more jump to that canter, and the judge has said 5.5 obedient but losing bend and energy, which is fair enough. And left is our worst rein. It's always going to be our worst rein, I think. And then unfortunately we did only get 6.5 for our down the centre line and halt, but with no comment, which was unfortunate. It didn't feel like my best halt, and it doesn't really look like it. She kind of slips into it a bit, and she's not dead square. So yes, you have to wait till the end to see what all those marks together accumulated to our score.
not only for the horses but also for us watching the way in which these international riders coach their youngsters around the course. Just being joined on track by Laura Bingham and whose vacation was 7.5. At 29 dressage, nothing apart from the show jumping, that's the section O. Currently with a limited event rider, that's Vicky Cole-Brown with Lord Callan Mischief on 26. So Constable, the leader, sneak second place if they keep it clean across the country. So that's Laura Bingham with the 9-year-old 17 grade vacation.
Right, very quick vlog update. We have dressaged, we have show jumped. We are now getting ready to cross country. As you can see, I look very, very hot. Dressage, we haven't really given it much thought, have we, Jay? I'm not sure. It felt a little bit lethargic. The arenas were on a hill, which doesn't really help. So obviously I always like to try and get sub 35, but I would say today 34.8, around there. What do you think? Similar?
I'd say 35.
35.
Yeah, 35.
Depends what the judge likes as well.
Yeah, it looks good though.
But the positive is show jumping.
Yeah.
Yay! We had a clear round, so really, really happy with her. She jumps so well. Really pleased. Angel horse.
Eating loads of carrots.
Yeah, she's got a whole... She's working her way through these.
Yeah.
So yeah, really, really happy with her show jumping because, as you guys know, she is not the most careful horse in the world. So yeah, she jumped really well. So on to cross country. I need to put find the optimum time, put this on here, and yeah, it's a very, very nice course. So I'm excited to go and ride around it. I love Barbury. It's so nice here. So yes, she's feeling on great form as ever. And have you got the time? Okay, I'll put that on. What is it? 4:41. So yeah, probably do a proper catch up after cross country and debrief, but it's going very well so far, I'd say. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's good. Super girl. We just got back from cross country, giving her a walk off. She's all been sponged now. Ice boots on. Come over here. And yes, she was very good because it was a pretty technical course, wasn't it, Zaz? And she's going to do a wee for you. Lovely. I'm trying to do a vlog debrief and you're having a wee. Anyway, that might mean you might have a drink now, but no, she did a very good clear round around a pretty testing track. We were a few seconds too slow. I think about 6 seconds too slow. I need to look at the official results, but I don't think I could have really pushed her much more up and down those hills. She was a very good girl. So yes, just getting her all cooled off, and I will do a proper debrief of the day and full on results because I still don't know my dressage score in a bit once she's all cooled off. Good girl. Do you want another carrot? Good girl. We need to go get our sheet, our dressage sheet. So I'm absolutely rubbish at vlogging, as you can now tell. It is a completely different setting. It is still the same evening, different horse. Yeah, I completely forgot to round off the vlog when we were at BARBURY. It always is just so busy. Once you finish cross country, no matter what time of the day it is, you're always just wanting to get them cooled down, get them sponged off, get all their stuff off, pack up and then go home. And that's even more the case when you've got such late times. So by the time we'd done all that, it was already about 5:30, and it's an hour and a half for PZAZZ to then get home again. So it just, yes, it's a long day. And yeah, I forgot to update you guys. I think when I last spoke to you, we just finished cross country, and Zazzy was just cooling off. And yeah, very happy with her cross country because it was a tough track. It wasn't all plain sailing. Quite a few issues from different horses at various combinations today. So no, I'm really pleased with how she jumped. I thought I rode her okay. I missed her to a couple of fences. She helped me out big time, and I did lose my stirrup. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it on the video, but after the like Stonehenge style jumps, she took such a big jump over the corner coming out that I lost my stirrup. So that whole gallop section before the colourful jump, I still had no stirrup. I had no stirrup over the jump as well, and then managed to get it back just after the jump. So that was a little bit unfortunate, but I mean, it's good to test whether you actually are balanced without your stirrups. But no, she stormed around. We did actually get a few time. I'm not sure if the stirrup incident, I tried not to let it slow me down at all. I tried to keep kicking on. But it is very hilly there, and also it was a very twisty course, and they hadn't really roped it tight, so it left you to your own devices about where you had to turn. But I feel like, as frustrating as it is, I couldn't have really ridden her much more forward without it, you know, being not dangerous, but I felt like I rode her as forward as I could have, where with her fitness at the moment and how the course was. She is a little bit fat, so that probably didn't help that she is carrying a bit more weight than perhaps she has in the past. But sometimes I come away and I'm like, oh, I could have pushed her on here. But actually I feel like today I did try and ride forwards the whole way around. So I think it was just tight and it was a tough track. So you have to come back a bit more than sometimes that are these other places where you can just keep galloping. But the best section, the best phase of the day was definitely our show jumping. I'm still thrilled about that. I felt like I rode that phase really well, and she responded really well, and she just jumped really nicely. It's nice to get that clear round because, you know, I know she can do it, but it barely kind of pays off sometimes. She's very full faultitis, as you will have seen over the last couple of years. Dressage, I haven't watched it back yet, and I'm sure I've done a voiceover, so I won't go on too much, but my score was 39, so it's pretty disappointing. Last event we got 30 point something. That was a kind judge, but obviously it's a very big difference, 9 marks. Yeah, I haven't watched it back, so maybe it was fair. She was a harsh judge, I'll say that. So even though there were 20s in our section, there were also people in the mid to high 40s. So I think she was quite maybe on the harsh side. And yeah, but I'll watch it back. But it didn't help. The arena was on such a hill, and PZAZZ hates going downhill anyway. Even when you hack her out, if you're just walking down a hill, she just backs herself up so much, so that didn't really work in our advantage. But I could already tell from going into warm-up today that she was really lacking enthusiasm, so I knew it was going to be a tough battle. I thought I'd hit it well, apparently not, as you will have seen from the comments and marks on my dressage sheet. So unfortunately that did drop us down the leaderboard, so even though we were double clear and we only had, I think it was 2.4 time faults, so not many. Yeah, dressage let us down today, but never mind. Still really pleased with her because we know what her dressage is like. So yeah, very, very pleased with her jumping, and I hope you enjoyed it coming along. It did feel like a bit of a condensed day when we were there. We just kept going one phase after another, and I did also forget my tripod, so I couldn't actually set my camera up to get any like footage when we were tacking up. That made it a little bit harder, but I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next video.